know I said that I don't mark this here rear spar for where these meet up, but I'm going to go ahead and at least start out by marking them, because there is more room in there for variation than I was thinking. And at least to get started here, I'll mark the first few. And it's 2 inches in from the rib. Now I've already got those marked up there. So the next thing I do is just bring this end down. I'll go ahead and cut the, whatever that angle is, 60-30. I don't think it's quite 60-30. Oh. And then I'll go up there, bring that up where I want it, and then cut the angle up there. And then glue it down. And sometimes I will go ahead and do multiple pieces. And now I'll probably just put it in fast forward. And got these real colorful clothespins at Walmart, because I couldn't, they were out of wooden ones. I like the wooden ones. I used to like the wooden ones better. I'll try these, see how they work. So you get the idea. One of the things you want to watch for, though, is making sure you get good stiff clamps. These little ones from Harbor Freight, they're pretty stiff. These clothespins aren't stiff enough, and they don't reach in some places, but even when they do, they're not stiff enough to draw these up flat. So you want to use these stiffer clamps if you can get them in there. And there we go. Hopefully that stays there. But just kind of watch how they seat together and make sure they clamp together good. That one's going to need a tighter clamp. That one won't need clamped, obviously, because of the way it's stressed. This one being bowed over it. That's why I changed the clamps. Put the big clamps on this one, because it needs held down good, because that one's trying to pry it up. And so you just need to find a clamp I guess I could use. Just throw one of these on it. Of course, this one popped off. That should work there. And of course I'll cut this off with the saw. And let's see, I got one more to do right here. From right there to here. Yep, real short one. Not that short. Now go ahead and leave this on here too. Just cut it off afterwards. getting cramped for space here. Anybody notice what I'm doing backwards here? Backwards from my plan anyways. I'm putting the top geodetic on first. It's not what I planned on doing. I didn't even realize it till just now. I just took off and started putting it on. There's a lot of time going to be spent doing this, so. And of course I'm not down very far, so I'm not yet. That's the last place I wanted to put any on the top for now. Because I want to do a bunch of work in the pulley area. But I also wanted to get the wing stiffened up. Yeah, it's not too bad. So I'm going to start on the root side now, and this time I'm going to start on the bottom. It's a little bit easier. You're not reaching down through the geodetic you put on top. Incidentally, if you're going to make your own pulleys and your own pulley shields, this is made out of Delron. Just cut a radius groove, 93 thousandths radius groove in that, and then bored it, or drill bored it, and drill reamed it, and then made aluminum bushings to fit in it. Now, for some reason, I don't know why, and they fit in nicely and they spin real free, but for some reason I cut them off even with this instead of bigger. So I'm going to glue a washer. I'm going to glue a washer on top of this. So just make sure you scuff the back of it off. Notice how there's no gold there. I think I gotta do the other one. But just take a file or some fine sandpaper, or not so fine sandpaper, and just get the cadmium or whatever that coating is, and scuff it up a little bit, and then we're going to glue those to give us a little more space here so that we can clamp these brackets over this instead of tight on the pulley. The pulley is still roll free. And then I just shaped these out of it's 6061 T6 aluminum from the shop, scrap pieces, and I just folded them over, and I might trim them up some, might not, I don't know, we'll see how they look. And but anyways, be creative, but be safe. I mean, I wouldn't use like aluminum flashing or something like that. First of all, it's not T6 aluminum, the 6061 or 2024. And the difference between structural aluminum or just any general aluminum and the 6061 or the 2024 T6 aluminum, the difference is double the strength, and that's not a small amount. And when you bend this is springy. Like I'm going to have to bend this back out, and whenever you bend it out, it wants to spring right back. Well, that's what the tail wheel, the bar going to your tail wheel, that's what it is. It's like a spring. So there's huge difference between just general aluminum, standard aluminum, or what they call structural aluminum, and the 6061 or 2024, and there's a few other aircraft grade aluminums. Now back to putting geodetic across the bottom on the root end of the wing. Oh my gosh, why didn't somebody stop me? Why didn't somebody suddenly say, Tim, you're doing it again? Put them on the bottom. It's not terribly difficult to reach down through because I don't have the other direction going. But anyways, I should have started, like I said, on the bottom. But anyways, done with that little pot of glue, so I've got a lot of other stuff to do, and I'll get back on it, but a few more hours of this to go. And a few hours later, got the bottom done over more than a third of the way. Now before you get walking away from this to do something else, to inspect it, make sure every single thing is clamped, you take one area, okay, and go to the first clamp, okay, that's the first clamp, and go straight across to make sure that is clamped thoroughly at each point along the way. There, oh, see, that's how you find things that aren't clamped. It's clamped there, clamped there. Of course, we're going to come back here and we're going to go clamp there and not clamped right there. So let's grab a clamp. And so we just go across here. Now, those ones up there, I didn't clamp all of them. The couple I did, but most of them, there's so much pressure holding them flat together, I didn't bother. You just go right on across. And yeah, you hear a whole house full of kids in the background, kids and grandkids. And the winner is... Yeah, it's easing up a little bit here. It was just a torrential downpour. I mean, it's still coming down really hard, but grandkids are having fun.